in the character of Justin and gave you the will to interpret this role?
What I loved about Justin, well, it really changed throughout the 5 years of the series, but initially it was really thrilling to play someone who was really experiencing things for the first time, whose eyes were being opened to a whole new world. So he had this sort of optimism and open-heartedness about everything at the beginning, and that was really thrilling. It was really fun and liberating. And then near the end, something that I grew to respect about Justin was how strong-minded he was and strong-willed he became, and how deeply he understood himself and knew what he wanted and pursued it. I admire that a lot about the character.
Okay. Alors, what are your best memories during the TV show? Or shooting of the TV show?
During the actual shooting, my favorite memories are shooting the final episode of the first season, doing the dance that we saw this morning, and I actually loved I know it's upsetting for people to watch, but when you're an actor, it's actually fun to play that when he got hit with the bat, and it was, when you're acting, you get to go places that you would never want to go in real life, like the back of an ambulance covered in blood. In real life, that would be terrible, but when you're an actor, it's kind of really interesting to be inside of an ambulance, and I have a lot of memories of that first season. It's funny because when you start shooting, when I started shooting, I'd never done television before. It was completely different, so all the memories really stuck at the beginning because I had nothing to compare it to. But the longer we shot, I sort of remember it less because it became a normal job, a day-to-day thing. So each experience was less significant. So most of my strongest memories are from the very beginning of shooting the series.
Okay. Alors, were there some scene harder to play? Which one? And were the sex scene particularly difficult?
What was the first part of the question again?
Were there some scenes harder to play? Y avait-il des scènes plus difficiles à tourner?
Was the scene difficult? Yeah.
Okay. The sex scenes were not hard at the beginning, because I thought they were really about the character. It was really illuminating for who this, innocent guy was who was learning all these things sexually. I also felt like socially and politically, it was the first thing on American television really showing gay sex in a way that was honest and explicit. The sex scenes became harder as the series went on because it felt like we'd done them before. So it was hard to be like, this is very important because this is going to change things, and this is going to be the first time, some young gay kid's going to see gay sex and realize, oh, that's not like dirty, terrible, and dangerous thing. It can be a loving thing. But as we repeated it, it kind of felt like, okay, we're just doing this because it's what's expected of the show, or the network wants more sex scenes. I don't know if any of that's true, but it started to feel like that, so they became more difficult. But generally, still, the sex scenes weren't that hard because you're connecting with another actor. What I found the most difficult was like the King of Babylon stuff, when he became a stripper, things that are more exhibitionist, were really difficult.
Ok. Alors, je le mets en français peut-être puisqu'elle est un peu plus longue. J'ai posté un sondage sur mon blog et il apparaît que, on va dire, 90% du public de la série sont des femmes. Comment est-ce qu'il l'explique? Énormément de filles regardent la série comparée aux garçons. Même quand on voit dans la convention, les trois quarts ce sont des femmes. Comment ça se fait qu'il y a beaucoup d'hommes aussi, mais c'est autant de filles qui soient fixées sur la série?
I don't know why. I really don't. I think it might be just the style of storytelling that Queer as Folk is a style that tends to appeal more to women, to young women. I really don't know why. I can't answer without making generalizations that may not be true, so I don't really know.
D'accord. Parce que, par exemple, moi je parle avec des femmes de la série. Il y en a une qui a quand même 13 ou 14 ans. c'est quand même très très jeune par rapport aux scènes, pour l'histoire, pour tout ce qu'il faut comprendre. Et il y en a qui ont par exemple 52 ans, il y a quand même un écart moins de 35 ans entre les deux, quoi. C'est quand même étonnant, je trouve.
She's saying that there is a girl who is a fan of the Queer's book with 14.
13-14 ans, elle a commencé à 11 ans.
She started to watch also at 11, and you have some fans
52 ans,
who
55.
52 or
Mhm.
65.
Yeah.
There is a wide
Range.
of age, and
Comment ça, c'est
do you know how?
No, I mean, with the age thing, I guess a lot of the appeal of it, even though it's, you know, gay men, and it's I still feel that the appeal of Queer as Folk is really universal. So, you know, you don't have to be a gay. I mean, most of the fans are straight people too. So, and it crosses boundaries as far as age-wise too. I just think it's universal, and anybody who's going to respond to those kinds of stories and to that method of storytelling will respond to the show.
Okay. And what are you doing right now? Do you have some new projects?
Yeah, I've been working since the show ended about 5 years ago. I've been doing plays, the théâtre, consistently. So I've done plays in New York, on Broadway, off Broadway, and all over the United States. I don't know what my next job will be, but people will know when it happens. I imagine I've been busy because I did 3 shows this summer and this fall. And then I knew that this was coming, so I couldn't be taking appointments to look for work. So when I get back, I'll start auditioning and figuring out what the next thing is.
Ok.
Peut-être
La dernière question, s'il vient souvent en France, qu'est-ce qu'il pense de ses fans français, s'il serait partant pour une nouvelle convention?
I love my French fans. What do I think of my French fans?
Yeah, and would you?
Il serait partant pour une
Would you
nouvelle
be
convention?
in for a new convention for another
Bien sûr. Oui.
come back to France for the
Yeah, I think I'm usually really shy about doing this kind of things. I don't know why, because I'm timide and
Oui.
it embarrasses me sometimes, but I have had such a wonderful experience here when I've come here 2 years ago and this convention. So I already loved France and Paris, and I'm a Francophile, but I now especially have a very warm place in my heart for my French fans, and it's been wonderful. I'm always open to coming here and meeting people.
D'accord.